Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle your seatbelts for my film analysis of La La Land. Okay, the scene on the clip on YouTube, it technically starts with like this close up of a record spinning. Um, like the scene actually starts with Mia entering her apartment, um, and going over to like kiss Sebastian, who has made dinner for her. And I think this scene that shot is like unique. Because normally when they kiss, like the camera is like swiveling around them, um, and it's there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of feeling, imbued into it, and here the camera is just still and kind of dead, kind of foreshadowing for what is to come. Um, and we also have this record player playing jazz in the background, which is definitely an intentional decision because Mia and Sebastian have a conversation earlier on in the film. Mia's like, I don't like jazz. I only ever hear it in the background for people to talk over. And Sebastian's like, yeah, that's not what jazz is so much more. That's disrespectful to jazz. And here he is disrespecting jazz. And it really like parallels with where he is at um, character wise and emotionally in the movie because he is right now um, I guess betraying his dreams and his values, in an attempt to like do what he thinks will satisfy his partner. Um, so yeah, these are two like very normal standard shots. It's just an over the shoulder shot of both of them. Um, but I think it's unique here in contrast to the rest of the film because again, it's just so still, like it's uncomfortably still, and it really stands out because it's juxtaposed with the rest of the film, which again has so much movement, especially when it comes to their romance. And we start building intensity, um, and we go from like these chest shots to these close-ups of their faces, and then Sebastian says something kind he should not have said. He's kind of being a jerk right now. He's having a moment. Um, and the music stops. And we just go back to this record player. Um, and then I actually forget why I put this in the slide. I probably should have written notes. Uh, Sebastian was cooking chicken for Mia, and it starts. The oven starts beeping because he left it in too long. I'll go back to this one. But yeah, okay. Something I also meant to touch on is the colors of this movie. I went in like for this rewatch of the movie. I was like, I know there is something up with colors. I don't know what, but I'm going to figure it out. So I like started like listing every time like certain colors came up, and like this movie is really big on the primary colors. Blue, green, yellow, and red. Um, I'm not sure if this is right, but my current hypothesis is that it correlates with the seasons of the with the seasons, because this movie is me and Sebastian's relationship and their careers, the trajectory of their careers is told through the seasons. Um, and there's a lot more blue in winter, and there's a lot more green in spring, and there's a lot more red in summer, and there's a lot more yellow in fall. So I assume that's what each color correlates with. Of course, it's not like there's like the colors leak over into other seasons. It's just like that's the color that's really in your face there. Um, and on top of that, like they also like carry like an emotional um significance. Like I think blue, it shows them both when they're down on their luck, career wise, and things are going terribly, and they also don't have each other in their lives. And then green is when their relationship starts to blossom, and red just shows a lot of passion. There's this spectacular, like I felt so cool noticing this. Like Mia is doing this audition, and she's wearing like a blue shirt with like a red jacket over it, and like she's really giving it her all. And then the casting director is like, I don't know. The casting director kind of like tears her down, and then she takes the jacket, the red jacket, and she throws it off, and she's back to just blue. And I'm like, wow, that is so cool. I never noticed that. Okay, and what's it called? Yeah, and red shows the passion of their relationship. And yellow, I think yellow just signifies change, not necessarily good or bad. Um, like it, Mia's wearing yellow when she gets the part in her acting career that will like go on to make her a successful, famous actress. Um, but like Keith, who is I don't think he's technically the antagonist in the movie. I think Sebastian is, although it's more complicated. I don't know, but like he acts as an antagonistic force, and he is wearing yellow when he first like introduces his like business proposition to Sebastian. Um, so that was really cool, and this isn't related specifically to this scene, but I was rewatching the final scene of the movie, and like again, it shows their relationship and what it could have been. And then once it gets past that, there's like a color palette of white and purple, and I'm pretty sure that's like representing like the mystery of like what could have been. And I was like, that is so cool. Um, but yeah, then we get to this shot of Mia. It's this like wide shot of Mia. I guess it's not wide. It's a medium shot, but it's like wider comparatively. Of Mia sitting all by herself, and it really just shrinks her and like shows like the loneliness that she is feeling in this moment. Um, and then she exits out the door into um well like the blue abyss, which again signifies like the decline in their relationship. They're not doing so well. Oh, and the green, I think again it shows them like trying to hang on to like the sparks that like started their relationship. Um, so yeah. Oh, and I guess there's some mystery stuff over here. I don't know how that got on my slideshow. I sure hope it doesn't mean anything. All right, that was my analysis. Thank you very much.